Hello, my name is Jayden Wiedmeyer, and this is my scenario presentation of my story, Into the Midnight. What is Into the Midnight? To answer your question, Into the Midnight is a story I've been writing since 2019. I've used this story as a method of getting all of my creativity and general writing ideas out of my head. The main reason I am writing this story is to raise awareness for the LGBTQ+ community and to use representation without being too pushy or in the faces of people who do not approve of things of that sort. How do I use LGBTQ+ representation in my story? I have hinted several times at the sexuality and gender identity of my characters. Blackstar is a cisgender bisexual male. Naru is a demigender pansexual male. Spirit is a cisgender heterosexual male. And Kitsune is a transgender bisexual female. I have also used they them pronouns when referring to minor characters. The key with having LGBTQ+ characters in writing, from my experience, is moderation. It doesn't have to be there constantly, but little splashes and scenes that show it better help represent the gay-straight alliance. What inspired me to write Into the Midnight? To be honest, I was inspired to write my story by a dream I have. It was similar to the plot of the first two chapters, so I mimicked the dream in my writing, but tweaking it slightly to have it fit my story better. Things such as the house, forest, rabbit woman, spirit, the portal, and the kingdom were the same as they first appeared in the dream that soon became Into the Midnight. Introduction to Blackstar. Blackstar is an American teenager with longer blue hair that he spiced up into a pompadour sort. He's about 6'2" and roughly 175 pounds. Blackstar is on the more muscular side because of him playing baseball throughout his earlier high school years. His eyes are a pale grayish blue with small sky blue streaks. His usual outfits consist of a black tank top, a set of combat boots, and black sweatpants. And he is 17 despite looking older than he is. His birthday is July 18th, making him a Cancer. His birth name is Malin Winters. Blackstar was a nickname given to him by a close friend in elementary school. He's a tattoo of a star on his shoulder that covers a birthmark. Despite him being underage, his parents allowed him to get such. This tattoo soon became the reason for his nickname. He was born in California, but this story takes place after he moved to Michigan. He realized he was bi in middle school after he developed a crush on one of his science partners. He has a major crush on Naru, and I plan to have them go out on dates by the end of the story. Introduction to Naru. Naru is a Japanese teenager with shorter bleached blonde hair that they have in a short ponytail with fluffy bangs. He's about 5'2" and weighs about 117 pounds. Naru has been thinner all of his life from constantly hopping between towns on missions with Spirit. His eyes are heterochromic, consisting of one pale green and one brown eye. Their outfits consist of a yellow-collared sweater, a set of black-ripped skinny jeans, and as well as a set of yellow Converse. He is 16, despite people thinking he looks only 10. His birthday is April 7th, making him an Aries. They've known they were demigender for a while because of them never feeling fully male. Spirit was the first person he came out to. He has a crush on Blackstar and hopes that he'll have the confidence to ask him out at some point. He wasn't born in Underland, but has lived there since he ran away from home. Spirit is our fatherly figure and one of our resident shapeshifters. Spirit is an American man in his human form and a North American shorthair in his female form. He's about 6'7" in his human form. In his cat form, he has a dark fur with a red stripe down the center of his body. In his human form, his slicked black hair mimics his feline coat. His eyes in both forms are an enchanting crimson, and his outfits in his human form consist of an 1800s suit that only proves how old he truly is. He has no known birthday and is over 12,000 years old. His red stripe is not natural, it is dyed into his fur when he joined the Queen's Centuries. He does not remember where he's from, but likes to say that he was born in Russia. He was kidnapped and experimented on by scientists on one of his earlier missions. Luckily, it showed no lasting effects. Kitsune is also one of our shapeshifters and the motherly figure in my story. She is an Irish woman in her human form and an orangish fox in her animal form. She is about 5'11" and roughly 154 pounds. Her fur is orange with a reddish floral pattern around her face. Her hair in her human forms mimics that, and her hair much like Spirit's. Her outfits in her human form usually consist of an orange dress with red flowers similar to the pattern on her fur. She usually does not wear shoes because they don't come with her once she changes between forms. She, unlike Spirit, kept track of her age. She is 1,154 years old. She is strong because of being a knight throughout the Middle Ages. She is one of the Queen's centuries, and that is how she met Spirit. Her and Spirit are engaged, but they have not told Blackstar and Naru at the point I'm at in writing the story, thus us as readers do not know. She took on a motherly role for the boys because she always wanted to be a mother, but because of her being transgender, that was never an option. If you are interested in my story, please follow the links on screen to read chapters 1 and 2 for yourself. If you spot any grammatical errors or the links are not working, please message me in the comments below. The resources I used are listed on screen. The first resource I used was www.masterclass.com, which I used to plot my story better. The second resource I used was www.clarkandmiller.com that I used for adjectives and general description words. The third resource I used was www.well-story.com and that I used to write stronger characters. And the third resource I used was the article on character motivations that was given to us in Mr. Shoop's class. Thank you for sticking around throughout my presentation. If you are interested in Into the Midnight or any of my future stories, I would be glad to hear any feedback